And the Prime Minister has responded today to the provocations from Pakistan, and we have exclusive details of what exactly Narendra Modi's take on Pak plan is. On Monday, remember, Narendra Modi had directed the army to initiate an all-out punitive retaliation. According to government estimates, our forces have managed to kill 165 from the other side. 80 or 90, we are being told, are Pakistani soldiers. The others are, of course, terrorists waiting to cross over. First, listen in to what Narendra Modi said himself before we get you all these exclusive details.
जब सीमा ललकारती है तब नेताओं की बयानबाजी नहीं होती है, जवानों की उंगली चलती है, ट्रिगर पर उंगली चलती है। जब सीमा पर तनाव होता है तब हिंदुस्तान नहीं रोता है, दुश्मन रोने लग जाते हैं। चीख दुश्मनों की सुनाई दे रही है और मैं देश के जवानों को बधाई देता हूं, सीमा पर बैठे हुए जवानों को बधाई देता हूं। उन्होंने हिम्मत और हौसले के साथ अपनी ताकत का परिचय दे दिया है और उनको भी पता चल गया है कि वक्त बदल चुका है। जब पुरानी आदत काम नहीं आएगी, अब पुरानी आदत काम नहीं आएगी। बहादुर जवानों ने सही सही जवाब दे दिया है भाइयों बहनों, और इसलिए ऐसे विषयों को राजनीति के तराजू पर मत लाया गया। मेहरबानी करके राजनीतिक लाभ के लिए सीमा पर तैनात जवानों को निराश करने वाली भाषा मत बोलिए। ये मातृभूमि की सेवा के लिए जी जान से लड़ रहे हैं और आप राजनीतिक छीटाकशी कर रहे हो। शर्म आनी चाहिए आपको। अरे सरकारें आती हैं, जाती हैं, बनती है, बिगड़ती है, चुनाव आएंगे, जाएंगे, लेकिन मां भारती के लिए मरने मिटने के लिए तैनात जवान, उनको निराश करने वाली बातें कभी मत बोला करो। और हम हमारी जिम्मेवारी समझते हैं और लोग मेरे इरादा को भली भांति जानते हैं। इसको मुझे शब्दों में कहने की जरूरत नहीं होती है। और इसलिए भाइयों बहनों, जहां पर जवान को बोलना है वहां जवान की उंगली बोलती है, ट्रिगर पर हाथ रख करके बोलती है, दोस्तों बोलती रहेगी।
All right, you heard the Prime Minister. This is now what's happening, of course, on the LOC and the international border in the Jammu area. Look what's happened since then. Have a look at Poonch. The Pak army resorting to unprovoked firing. It began on the 1st of October. It's happened every day since 2nd October again. Then again on the 3rd of October, a 12-year-old girl was killed in this firing. 5 people are injured. On the 4th of October, shelling across the civilian areas along the border. That's what's been happening in this area of Poonch. The other location where heavy unprovoked firing had been started off a couple of days ago was Gulmarg. Again on the 4th of October, that's when it began. Have the third area, which is of course in the Pak firing domain, is this place of Doda. A third ceasefire violation happened here on the 6th of October. The fourth location where all this is taking place is, of course, in Arnia. That's where our reporters have been getting you the ground reports from. Again, on the 6th of October, 4 people were killed and 25 injured. The fifth location, have a look. The 6 locations we've identified. Kutwa, another on the 8th of October, mortar shelling. This is a photograph of what happened there. On this, and the 6th location further down into Jammu was Samba, where on the 8th of October, again firing has been taking place. So this has been what's been going on in this entire process. I'm also going to bring in all our guests on the panel joining us tonight. I've got Air Marshal Kapil Kak, I've got Lieutenant General Raj Kadian, Tarun Vijay of the BJP is joining us, and also the Congress spokesperson. But before that, let me tell you about the political fight that is starting out. There are 2 dichotomies taking place. One is in India, where the politicians are divided on how to take on Pakistan. They're blaming each other. On the other side of the border, what's happening? Bilawal Bhutto of the PPP, the government, the army, all speaking in one voice. Why this dichotomy? As you're seeing visuals on your screens of Indian troops and Jawans firing mortar shells back there. Why this dichotomy? Listen in First, to the political reactions from India, how they are bickering, how they are targeting each other, and then we'll examine what they should actually be doing.
और मैं देश के जवानों को बधाई देता हूं, सीमा पर बैठे हुए जवानों को बधाई देता हूं। उन्होंने हिम्मत और हौसले के साथ अपनी ताकत का परिचय दे दिया है। और आप राजनीतिक छिटाकती कर रहे हो, शर्म आनी चाहिए आपको। अरे सरकारें आती हैं, जाती हैं, बनती हैं, बिगड़ती हैं, चुनाव आएंगे, जाएंगे।
हाँ भाई, पाकिस्तान को मैं दिखाऊंगा, दूसरे साइड से गोली चल रही है, लोग मर रहे हैं। बोलना आसान होता है, करना इतना आसान नहीं होता।
कोई विरोधी ऑपोजिशन के जो नेता हैं, उनको कम से कम इतनी जानकारी रखनी चाहिए कि हमारी फोर्सेस किस सीमा तक जा रही हैं इस देश की रक्षा करने के लिए।
Mr. Jaitley, who is holding defense portfolio as an additional charge, has spoken. We know that he has been unwell, but the Prime Minister and the government have been absent during this critical period.
मैं समझता हूं कि प्रधानमंत्री जी को इसका जवाब देने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि हमारे सेना और बीएसएफ के जवान इसका माकूल जवाब दे रहे हैं। और जो भी हमारे बीएसएफ और सेना के जवान इस समय परफॉर्म कर रहे हैं या जिस तरीके से जवाब दे रहे हैं, उससे हम लोग पूरी तरह से संतुष्ट हैं।
All right, Lieutenant General Raj Kadian, our troops are responding with their triggers on the finger, says the Prime Minister. How is it, sir, that when it comes to Pakistan, everybody manages to speak in one voice, but we remain divided? What's the reason for that?
You see, India has always been wanting to live in peace with all its neighbors. Unfortunately, Pakistan has never reconciled to this fact, and ever since 1947-48, they have been having inimical relations with us. The ceasefire which came into being in 2003 on their urging, on their request, because they could not sustain the artillery firing that was going on, they have been violating the ceasefire at will. We have been responding maybe in a very controlled manner.
Yeah.
But this time, as the news is coming out, I am very happy. We've been recommending last 2-3 days that we must escalate the ceasefire at the border, and that is what is believed to have been done. The start was done by Pakistan. The response by the Indian forces, the time, the place, and the manner must be left to the army to decide.
Okay.
And why should we restrict in the area where Pakistan is firing? It suits Pakistan to fire in Jammu areas. They
Okay.
do not want to disrupt the valley.
All right,
But
General,
that
hold
is
your
not the
thought, because I want to
consideration
get,
with us.
because, is the political tussle that I'm just focusing on. Jaiveer Shergill of the Congress, shame on you, says the Prime Minister, when Rahul Gandhi attacks him for taking on Pakistan. He says, forget the governments come and go. Why can't you unite against India right now in what's going on at the border?
Rishabh, I think the difference and the dichotomy, as you were pointing out, is not what we think our action should be qua Pakistan. It is that somebody should poke the Prime Minister, bring him from his busy hobnobbing schedule of elections so that he hunkers down together with his team and decides the next plan of action. Now, today we heard some chest-thumping statement from Mr. Arun Jaitley and Rajnath Singh that retaliatory pounding, decisive and damaging is needed. We all agree to that. But the point is, we should be aware to the fact that long-term retaliation is not the solution, because don't forget, both are nuclear powers. A term in military world is called MAD, mutually assured destruction. We cannot risk to escalate into a full-time war.
Okay.
What we need is strategy.
I'll take your 2 points.
No, now today what our thought is, the Prime Minister is responsible to the citizens. It's a worrisome situation. The worst violation since 2003. He is answerable to the citizens.
Okay,
How is he planning to tackle the situation?
I will take your 2 points and put them to Tarun Vijay of the BJP. Tarun Vijay, the Congress says the Prime Minister's job is to run the country and be making these tough decisions and not to be campaigning in Maharashtra.
Look at the words that this gentleman had chosen to use. Chest thumping. It's like a school primary debate that they have reduced the whole issue to. They are not attacking the Prime Minister or the ruling party. They are demoralizing the Jawans who are fighting a fierce battle on the front. Those who are at the ground level, those who are fighting the enemy and eliminating the enemy in a very effective manner, they are being mocked at by such jokers of the political parties. Is it not the responsibility of the entire nation? The Jawans do not belong to a political party, or Congress, or BJP, or SAPA, or AIDMK. They belong to the Indian nation. The Indian nation must speak out in one voice. It happens everywhere on this planet. The Americans speak in one voice, whether they are Republicans or Democrats.
Let him answer that. Jaiveer,
Even the
Pakistanis, jokers of political parties,
these are the people who are responsible
who are
for
demoralizing
making
our
Pakistanis.
Jaiveer, take that.
I don't know whether it's a ostrich head in the sand syndrome or the BJP spokesperson didn't hear me. The chest thumping statement was only limited to Mr. Arun Jaitley. There is no question how the army, how brave they are. The question is how you are busy marking your presence on the stages when our Jawans are fighting. Isn't your responsibility to sit with your team and find a long-term solution, because you know we can't go into a full-time war. And last point, you must remember, whether development or not, one factor which is for sure whenever BJP comes for vulnerable borders.
How do you know that
vulnerable borders, whenever they come into the power, history is witness to the fact.
Answer the specific point, Arun Vijay. Answer the specific point. Time to put the campaigning on a little bit of a hold. Come back to Delhi and take on this issue.
What this gentleman is saying does not make any sense.
It makes to the nation.
What is not making sense to the nation? Rajawari had the designs with the brigadiers and with the company commanders. I mean, Prime Minister is the CEO of the nation.
Rishabh, 11th October 2013, Narendra Modi, Mr. Prime Minister, made a statement on Twitter. Why is Manmohan Singh silent on China and Pakistan incursion? He is responsible
what is happening in the country.
Gentlemen, this is the problem, and I want to bring in the Air Marshal.
Please don't
11th October 2013, please read Mr. Modi's statement.
This is the problem. Okay, let me bring in the Air Marshal.
Speak on a subject which you do not understand.
Okay, just hold your thought, gentlemen. I want to bring in the Air Marshal.
With Indira Gandhi, even with Manmohan Singh, every single party, we stood firm with the government who was at the center when they were facing the enemies. We were not like these people who are working against the nation.
I want to get both Lieutenant General Raj Qadian and Air Marshal Kak into this. Air Marshal Kak, weigh in on this. This is the problem, isn't it? You're watching it happen right in front of you.
We have just seen what the viewpoints of the two parties are. Let me take the discussion to a strategic and the appropriate level where it needs to be taken. The first point is, you said there is dichotomy from our side. This is power of democracy. We have a small crisis. The parties are looking at the issue from their perspectives. But I think both parties realize there is a commonality. Unlike what you pointed out in Pakistan is an advantage, it is a hopeless disadvantage, because Nawaz Sharif lacks legitimacy, Dilawar Bhutto, Mr. Bhutto lacks legitimacy, he wants electoral gains in Punjab. So therefore you see the exact things which Benazir Bhutto said in J&K crisis in 1990, that every Pakistani will go into J&K. We are seeing deja vu. What I want to point out is, I am personally very impressed that Prime Minister Modi has not reacted. I think that's how it should be, and if what has been termed chest thumping is the expression of Arun Jaitley, so be it. He's the defense minister, and so be it for Rajnath Singh.
Your opinion, sir? General Qadian, go ahead.
You see, it is a peculiarity of our democracy. I won't say whether it is strength or a weakness, that even when the problem is at the national level, our verbal duels between the parties here are as loud as the firing on the international border. That is the unfortunate part. The second part is that it is not necessary, I agree with the Air Marshal, that the Prime Minister is the leader of the country. He is not a cowboy that every gunshot when is fired, he takes out his gun. His ministers are speaking, and there is no doubt left in anybody's mind that the government is reacting strongly, and they should react strongly. Possibly they reacted equally strongly even under the previous regime, although so much of it was not given out in the media. But our reaction rightly is very strong. We must not confine ourselves to the weapons and the areas that Pakistan is firing. We must
Marshal,
extend.
I'm coming right back to you.
I just want to get
go ahead. Make your point.
15 seconds reaction. If we have the DNA of a great power, we better behave like a great power. I mean, you can't. You're in different planetary orbits compared to Pakistan. Pakistan can do the shouting, but our behavior must be commensurate with the power that we have, the asymmetric power. I think that's the way forward.
Okay, there's an
and
interesting news we've been breaking. Air Marshal, very interesting news we've been breaking. One is, of course, what's happening at the LOC, where India's fighting back. What's happening with the ISI that perpetuates these plots against India, that perpetuates and hatches the terror plots? So we've got some exclusive information about how the NDA government plans to get and cut the ISI down to size. Ritangshu, my colleague, he's got that exclusive information. Let's put that out before I come back to my guest.
The plan essentially is this: use Modi's increasing leverage and clout with the international community in order to declare the ISI as a terrorist organization. Now, that gives a number of benefits. India can now pressure the world community into the Interpol into declaring red corner notices against certain officials of the ISI, as well as impose further sanctions on the ISI, and especially its dirty secrets branch, also known as the S branch.
So, okay, that's the plot. We got an American reaction from this in New Delhi. Listen in.
I think sometimes the UN can be a helpful participant in a discussion to return to the ceasefire, for example. So the Secretary General's comments about that were, I thought, appropriate. The right role or the necessity of how deep the UN needs to be engaged, I haven't really thought that through. But as a promoter of peaceful resolution of disputes, the UN does a good job at that, and in that sense, I think they're